Good morning and welcome to Choir Leader in the Reeds. I'm not in a kayak today. Choir Leader in the Reeds here in Snape Maltings in Suffolk. Today's episode, I think it's episode 22, could be 21, not sure. Anyway, today's episode is all about isolation. And as we know, the world is suffering badly at the moment, and people are being asked to self-isolate and for the good of the community, for the good of the world. Isolation is also something that we might choose to do for our own well-being, even if we are not even if that is not imposed upon us. I'm away here this week at Snape Maltings on an MOT musicians 5-day retreat. Retreat makes it sound very luxurious. It is very luxurious. I'm being fed and I'm being nourished. But mostly I'm here to look after myself alongside 7 other musicians who work pretty much in isolation, actually. We think of musicians as very, very gregarious people, and they are people who create things all the time, and they make music oftentimes with others or for others. As a choir leader, it can be a very, very lonely job standing at the podium and making split decisions for the good of the audience and for the good of the group standing in front of me. And it's really important that as musicians we look after ourselves every day so that we can do the job that we feel we can do to the best of our ability. I really look after myself, as you know. I take a lot of time out to eat well and to be in nature as much as I possibly can, and I'm truly blessed to be here this week. I was selected through a process that involved an application and being true to myself, and also being here and having the courage to look within to see how best I can serve myself, which then allows me to serve my community. The reeds behind me, I'll have a little look, they're everywhere, and they're very thin and they blow in the wind. It's really windy here, it's incredible. In isolation, these reeds wouldn't exist. They would be blown over, they would be battered, that's for sure. But together they stand really strongly, and they are a thing of great, great beauty. When we sing, we are often asked to work specifically and isolate certain muscles in our bodies to make the sound different, or to breathe specifically, and it can be really, really hard to do that and to think about that and to really concentrate on that, to be mindful of that. I'm here all weekend. I'm blown away by the level of musicians that are here, and I feel truly privileged to have got to know some wonderful people already, and I've only been with them less than 48 hours. I think that's the joy of musicians. We are very creative people. We are very thoughtful people. We sometimes need time out so that we can clear our heads to create plenty of beauty for others to truly enjoy. So if isolation has been imposed upon you and you are frustrated, then perhaps see it as a time to reflect, to try something new, to create something, to practice some mindfulness, and then return to everyday life feeling refreshed and nourished and cared for. Thank you so much for watching. Over and out from Snape Maltings. I'll see you next week when I'll probably come home, but if someone asked me to stay here forever, well, I'd have to seriously consider it. Lots of love. Mwah.